Well, as you can see, I'm sitting in the car. It's outside my mum's apartment, broken down again, and I don't want to fix it. I don't want to spend my remaining money. It's actually really hot in here, but I didn't want to open the windows because I'm actually sitting in here because I want some privacy. This is the only place I have privacy. We're in lockdown endlessly. Almost 2 years into a fucking pandemic. I've got to admit, like, my spirits are pretty damn low, and I'm grappling with the fact that, you know, I've sort of framed this persona for the last 2 decades as being someone who isn't particularly optimistic, who drinks and smokes to feel better. I don't like that anymore. I haven't had a cigarette since that last video I put up, which was a tad depressing. I don't want to put out a depressing channel. I want to reframe things so that I'm actually an upbeat, optimistic person. That's a much more attractive attribute than being like a self-pitying whinger. But to be honest, like, it's really hard. Things suck. I feel like the government has basically imprisoned me in someone else's house because they've created an economy where someone like me can't get a house, which before the pandemic, not being able to get a house was kind of just, I reframed the situation as being like, oh, well, I'm a free spirit. I live in tents, I live in cars, I stay at people's places and I move around and I just make that work. Now I'm not allowed to do that. It's illegal to do that, and it's illegal for me to make a living. It's illegal for me to go busking or do gigs or do anything, and to get the only government support I am entitled to is the dole, which the prerequisite of getting the dole is you have to look for jobs and have to do this and this. Even when you're basically imprisoned in your home, to receive the dole, you still have to do that stuff. So basically it means that I am being conscripted into working at Woolworths. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I've worked plenty of jobs, menial jobs, like working at you know, post offices and Woolworths and places like that, but I'm not going to work at Woolworths when I'm not allowed to busk outside Woolworths. You can't take away my living and my right to assemble or be free in a society and put me into a job where if the idea is to stop a virus from spreading that mainly spreads indoors in shopping centres, then don't make me work in a shopping centre when I'm not allowed to make my living outside the shopping centre, when I'm out in the fresh air playing music, making people happy, having fleeting transactions where I'm much less likely to get the virus. Instead, you want to force me to take a job inside a fucking virus incubating centre. Fuck you. Fuck you. There's no point, like, trying to suppress these feelings of rage. I'm becoming intolerable to live with. I'm being horrible to my mother because I just don't want to fucking be here. I never wanted to permanently move in with my mum at the age of 37. And my car broke down because I was like, fuck lockdown, I'm going to go live in the car. Start packing the car. Then I realized I don't want to talk about it, but I can't go into the forest. Like, I have to go live in a tent, which of course that's illegal too. But it's all, it's hard to see a fucking light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm trying to be, you know, put on a smile till it feels better. But there's just no light. And like, even sitting in here rambling to you at the car, there's no privacy. Like, there's just... But yeah, there's just, I want to put some light in this tunnel of life. I'm more at home in a tent, you know. I need a lot of me time. I need to travel. I need to move. I need to be free. You know, I need to live in a society where you're allowed to actually pursue what you pursue, and at least attempt to make a living out of it. And when you're not making a living out of it, you can at least find ways of getting by. Dumpster diving, you know, squatting, whatever. Not live in an actual authoritarian police state, which I understood at first. I wasn't against lockdowns or anything, and I'm not necessarily, but it's their fault that they didn't get on top of this. And now we're imprisoned in our own country. We're not even allowed to leave. It's absolutely insane. So, fuck it. I don't know what the solution is, but I'm just furious I'm just furious that I can't go busking, I can't do gigs and blah, 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 but I'd rather be conscripted into the army. Maybe I should just join the army. I think it's probably a terrible decade to join a military organization, because it's probably like the decade, the 21st century is equivalent to the 1940s, 1930s. Who knows? I'm being so pessimistic. I can't see the fucking light. Look, there's light everywhere. Look. Light. I can't fucking see it. So I'm going to go running. I'm not going to film it. I can't be bothered. I don't see the point. I don't have enough faith that there's any purpose to it. I've made a bunch of running videos. They're good.